Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sunesha and we are creating a map for City Skylines. I'm super excited about this. It's like when you're 5 years old and you just wanted to tell your parents about a thing that happened and you cannot tell it all at the same time. So I have to lower my excitement, otherwise I will speak too much and too fast and that will not make sense. So yes, I'm like a 5-year-old. So that was a weird infinite interaction, but it's nothing new for me. So what are we looking at? We are looking at a City Skylines map sketch. So I have made a sketch just because it's a lot easier for me to get an overview before we kind of invest things. We can do all this in the map editor. We will be using heightmaps, which we will be creating on our own to save time and to make the general overview. So this is the first sketch, how everything is gonna look. So let's take, let me see here. Okay, cool. So why do I have to be... Okay, cool. So this sketch is quite easy. My idea is inspired from a place. Let me show me quick what inspired me to do this place. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we have my inspiration of this place. It all started out like I thought I want to build a ring city. So I want to build a ring city. I could build it like on a flat area. We are using Google Earth in case you are wondering, and this is also how I extracted some of my information of this place. We will take a better look, but this was what inspired me. I want to be a ring city, and I thought, how do you naturally build a ring city? Yes, it would be natural to build it around a volcano site, but the problem is when you're looking on a volcano sites on the world is that it usually doesn't make any sense. So I was looking for meteor strikes and then I found this place, and it's just what inspired me, because wouldn't it be cool like I have a ring city right inside here? So yeah, we will build a ring city right inside here in the volcano, and I thought it was going to be double cool if you have another dead volcano circling around the map here. This is kind of the first one. It happened a long time ago and it was just shaking, and then the sea has reclaimed all these surface and there are still the peaks of the edges of the volcano is left, and then it came another volcano eruption and it just was kind of in the middle. It should probably be in the middle, but as you can see the grid layer here. This is a good opportunity to me if you are using Photoshop and you're not sure how to make this grid. This grid actually represents my map exactly how it is inside the tiles you can buy in the game. So let me think here. I will actually zoom in and think, because the interesting thing about the YouTube channel lately is that most people are actually watching on very small devices, or small devices with small screens. This means that they can't see. So I thought I'm gonna be a nice guy and make them easier. It will be a bit wonky for me, but you will be able to see stuff like this, so it's easy for you to see here. So where is the grid? It's over here. Let's just go to 200% here. I think it will be visible even on a tablet here. So the cool thing is, if you go to Edit Preferences, Guides, Grid and Slices. Oh man, I stumbled there with the words. Okay, cool. So do you have the grid here? Is the grid we see behind us here. The thing is, there are different measurements, you don't have to care about it, but there are two different measurements to use it. The ones that usually are important for computer graphics are pixels and percentage. I think it starts at pixels, or maybe not, but in our case we want it in percentages because we know that the map has 9 tiles if you go on the length. So if we make 9 subdivisions, as you can see here, it grid line every 9 times on 100%. We get the correct one. If you want to have it in a fancy color, it's all up to you, but that's how I got those grid working. And that's how I made the rectangle here, the red rectangle, which shows us where we can buy. This is the 51 or 52. I always mess those up in my head. But yeah, around 50, you get like 50 tiles with a mod if you unlock them. So then you can choose your starting tile. In our case, it would be around here. So cool, so now we have a more or less overlook of the island, you understand it here. And that's the meter strike. I've extracted that from terrain party dot, let me say that correctly, terrain.party. So you can go put it in your browser. We will take a look at that in another episode. Let's just, in this episode, we are just gonna out the sketch of the island we are gonna create. So let's start with Let's start with resources here. So here we have the different resources. I painted them in. So the green color, first of all, green is land, gray is kind of like, you can see the volcano, and you can see there, gray is where we will have mountain features, so it will not be flat land, it will be mountainy, and here. So we have a fertile over here with yellow, and I made a different stream, and our starting tile is this tile over here. So we have a small dam here with a stream that will go out to the ocean. The brown dot here is my mature poop dam. Why can't I say that without a smile? Yes, I wanted to create a poop dam. How you create a poop dam? We're gonna dig in the earth, make a natural dam, and then we will leave it empty, and then we will leave a little bit lower elevation so we can get a nice poo fall or sewage fall there, and then we'll pump all our sewage into it. So yeah, why do I put so much thought into something like that? Probably because I'm not very mature. So we can see the different resources. We have another stream going here. We have some below going there, fresh water. It's important to have fresh water so your island doesn't die by thirst. I don't think you can even start without starting tile. You have to have fresh water. So I just put in some here and there. Probably we'll put some more when we do the detail work. And over here we have a big dam here, and I think we can watch the connections here. Here we have my ring sink inside the volcano, and there will not be as crooked as it looks at this one. So let's look at the connections here. The most important one, at least at the start of your game, is the highway connection. The reason why we added these islands overall, I probably didn't want this part here, but I wanted a natural way to the highway to enter the map. This is the outside connection, so it will go right inside the starting tile, and then we'll go out here in this direction. We also have, I've also added some railroad connections. I will probably rethink this. Maybe I will connect it up with our highway so it can go through the starting tile here. Because the problem we are facing in this case here, if you see the red line, is the problem we are facing is that you can only unlock 9 tiles when you start the game. In the vanilla version of the game, there are mods to unlock it more, and you kind of have to accommodate. I don't think a lot of people will download it, but at least I will be playing it. You can unlock every I will have the 51 or 52 tile mod that will be able to unlock all of these different tiles here. But if I put it here, I will guarantee that players that are only unable to unlock, they could unlock it like this. Yeah, they could get a connection there. But it's a very expensive tile with no I don't think you have to change that. I just don't want to have all the connections going in the same way because it looks boring, or it feels boring. So yeah, so that was all my connection. We can see the purple line here is going for, let's see if I can get my, it's going through here. Maybe I should send it inside here. Once you have to consider things like this, but I decided to have the ship line not be available so easy from the starting tile. So otherwise you can route it through here and it will be very close to the starting tile. But from here you will have access to the shipping line if you unlock that tile. So yeah, that's why you have a sketch, so you can kind of think of all of these things, so you don't have to spend time inside the game. I can make decisions now, and then I can change them. It's a lot easier than I do it in the game, and yeah, I spend like 20 minutes just to make a very nice highway, and then you realize that it is a stupid highway and you have to redo it all. And yeah, you know how that is. That is just not good for your morale. Making is a lot of work. So let's check my stupid IDs. And so here we have, I've just added some more ideas. So we have the meteor strike over here. We have Super Dam. Yeah, this is the Super Dam island, because this is one of the last things you will be able to unlock. This area will be featured the highest altitude in the map. So this will be fairly low, but I want this island to get just be the highest feature of the map. So it will be a nice look. You can see it on the horizon, and then you can unlock it. And it will feature all the different ore and everything. And then we have tanker ships. That's why we have oil there. I just want to spread oil there, like it has been a failed oil field there, or something has gone wrong there. But this is a cool feature. And then of course you can't have an island map without a lighthouse, so this will also be a very high feature, not as high as then. We don't want everything to dominate our horizons and our skylines. So I want that to be quite high, but that will be more, so it feels like impressive to unlock that island. Or yeah, it must feel different every tile you unlock. You should feel like you have new problems to solve. That's how I think. That's why so this will probably be a very difficult map. Of course I'm gonna play it on my channel. So yeah, I've discussed that a very long thing. So let me think here. Have I covered everything here? I think so. So this is our map, our sketch. If you press Photoshop Ctrl+H, you can remove your grid. So yeah, this is a good view. So yeah, so another small tip I can give you guys if you're making sketches like I do here, is to actually, when you're making sketches, it's an old drawing trick, is to actually zoom out your picture or blur it, so you just see the general shapes. So when I'm zoomed out here, I can see that it works as a small, like a tattoo or something, but yeah, you see it works together, because when you are, Devil is in the detail, but you shouldn't believe him, because there is, you have to see the overall image. So when you're working on your islands, or however you're working, like these features here, it's easy to become built, because you're just looking at the devil, and then you just realize when you zoom out. The reason why it's so cool to do it like I did here, let me see a sketch. Let me demonstrate here. The cool thing about just doing a sketch like this is that I can decide whenever I want. I can start moving out around pieces, and I've done that a lot. And this way, when you have very low detail and just shapes, you can get the overall picture work very much. You can also actually say, let's say here we go to this one and we go to free transform. We can actually, as the detail is so low, it doesn't really suffer from making stuff bigger or smaller. You can make things smaller and bigger. This way, it's really easy to get a good overall sketch with things, because you can move around, change things without destroying a detail that you have worked for so many. If you work like 20 minutes on this one, and then you wasted your time because you maybe didn't need it. So this is why I put so much time. I actually put around 200 hours 2 hours to plan this sketch. So because this is so important, because this is the groundwork, this is the ground of our great island, and it have to work in. If it can work like it does, I think it really works in this small detail. It means like all the more work we put into the detail will just make the overall image better. So that's why sketches are so important. Yes. So, wow. I'm really excited about this. The reason is because I used to work on computer graphics when I was young in the 90s. I did a lot of Quake textures and skins. I made a Ninja Quake and so on. I loved that work. I could spend hours and hours, and I made all that work with simple tools. And I think it's all about planning. You don't have to have a lot of skill. Just take your time, and if something is tiny and difficult, make it bigger. If you want to have that shape correctly, just go crazy. Go in here. So when you are changing this, when you are just want to do changes here, you can just go like this, very close, and that means that you don't have to be very good with the mouse. You can actually just work. A very good tip I can give you when you're writing this. I'm gonna just show you the tip how to simply make. I don't use this technique so much, but it's an easy technique to just make shapes. So let's see. New layer. Okay, I selected some pixel and that's working. So let's say you make an island like this, and you can just fill it in like this. A good thing is then to just go with your eraser tool. This was a little bit big here, and then you can go shape it. Let's go to strength 100. Oh, it was in the blur tool. Stupid me. So now it should work. So you can just go like this, and then you can shape it like this. And then you can just go shape things like this. This is probably the easiest way to do things. We will be looking at more like that on later, but when you're just making the sketches, so you can see there we have a very interesting shape there for the sketch at least, and then you can work more on the details. So that is the easiest way to do so. So, and as usual, you also have these available. You can just go with free transform here, and then you can just move it, turn it, make it thinner, thicker. You can play around with it all right. So it's really easy when you're just working with one color like this and working with the shapes, because it's so easy. It doesn't really matter if you go real crazy and make it like this. It still gets the shape done, and then you can go in later when we are starting with a height map and to work more on it, but then you get a general shape of things. So that was everything for this video. In the next video, I think I'm gonna show you about just how to import and export height maps, because that is something we need to do before we start making our own height map.